Well, after 2 punishing days in the mountains, straddling either side of the rest day, it was time for some flatter terrain, relatively speaking, you understand, and the temperatures collapsing from the heat of 38 Celsius average for the first 10 days. Today was to be blighted by a little bit of rain, it has to be said, but the riders seemed content to take it on. Marc Soler, after a stage win yesterday, will be keeping his powder dry for more antics, I'm sure, as the high ground beckons. Today, just 2 peaks, starting and finishing close to Santander, and indeed 2 Category 2 tests, but one of them, the first, something of a wall. And so the temptation was out there yet again. We've had so many breakaway successes in this Vuelta. Could there be another one today? Well, 4 took it on. Greyart, Guignac, Champion and Isasa. Very good fighting force it turned out to be. Well, they were rolling through the day and there really wasn't a great deal of enthusiasm to chase them down. And even when we got to the high ground, they were maintaining the gap that was so impressive as the rain really started to blight the day and maybe just start to rear its ugly head as far as danger concerned into some of the twists and turns which would surely be thrown up. The day after, of course, Wout van Aert had left the race. Duty fell to Caden Groves and indeed his Alpecin de Koenig team to do much of the chasing. But there was a shared duty with DSM Firmenich, Post NL, also Equipo Kern Pharma, very much interested in keeping these 4 riders within range. And you can understand why, because with just 16 kilometres to go, all hell was potentially going to break loose. Campenaerts, of course, decided that he wanted to kick on. Who would he drag with him? That was the question. And would the sprinters' teams lose out after such a long chase to try and catch the quartet up front? They'd now thinned down to just the 3, with Isasa of Euskaltel dropping back, and then we came into the very last. Well, this was time as well for the brave to spring off. Campenaerts was definitely going to be involved, but it was Mauro Schmidt, the Swiss champion, that lit it up in the company of Leinzer as well. Could they hold on? Well, with so many demands being asked of the quick men, it was question time right now, with the final corner coming with just around 380 metres to go. That would be the first look at the finish line for everybody. Caden Groves in the green jersey, worthy of that lead. You've got to finish this race, of course, in order to hold it, but so many stage wins already his way. Would he indeed do it today? Well, still with that trio up there as they took that final bend. Caden Groves in a perfect position, but some very quick men around him as well would try and unseat him. Campenaerts still trying to drive it home. Big ambitions being shown by Pavel Bittner as well, but Groves went over to the right hand side of the road and indeed in the end took it by a bike length. There's something to be said for starting a day as favourite. It's something entirely other to live up to the expectations, and Caden Groves did precisely that. Groves paying back his team brilliantly. Well, it has a very Australian complexion, doesn't it, to the jersey scenario at the moment. Well, with Ben O'Connor leading overall and Caden Groves now firmly in control of the green jersey, albeit, of course, in the absence of Wout van Aert, who he paid tribute to warmly, both yesterday and, of course, today. Groves supreme on, I guess, what, if you just looked at the result, would be something of a predictable day. Well, it was far from that. The breakaway did its job, indeed some late charges as well added to the animation. Groves, Bittner, Breit, Miguel and Corbin Strong, rounding out your top 5 with Campenaerts close at hand. Well, that's possibly the last chance for Caden Groves, but don't discount him tomorrow. He does get over some impressive lumps, and there's some of those late on. Here's the points competition, 222, 3 little ducks. They could have sailed away today. The road, such was the dampness out there. And at peace with himself, Caden Groves, no surprise. Classy rider. So is Ben O'Connor. He leads this race by 5 seconds ahead of Primoz Roglic and Enric Mas. Richard Carapaz still within range at 1 minute and 46. Mikel Landa in 5th. Another day in red for this man. Ben O'Connor, will he hold it tomorrow? And this is what we're dealing with. Stage 18, it's key indeed, our ultimate destination, but just look at the parcours. Category 2, bonus seconds as well on the Category 1 test, intermediate sprint and then a lumpy run to home. It says breakaway all over it. If they get up, will they make it?